Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I am Latanya, and in today's video I'm going to be talking about my 3 proven tips or systems for crushing my goals in 2026. Now, I've used these systems before to rebuild. Now, I've used these systems before when I wanted to rebuild and restructure my life, and so I am diving into them again. And I wanted to share them with you guys because I am in a reinvention phase of my life, and this is how I'm planning to reinvent myself in 2026. If you don't already know, this is video 3 of a 42 video challenge because this week is my 42nd birthday, and I'm giving myself 90 days to create 42 videos about my journey to turning my life around after significant losses and layoffs and everything else. So I'm going to share my 3 tools, systems, whatever you want to call them, that I've been using. If you don't already know, I am a chief of staff by profession. That's what I used to do. I'm a certified project manager, so a lot of the systems that I use are of that mindset. I'm very detailed. I document everything. It's just the thing that I do every day, and it's just what I enjoy doing. So it's not even because it was my job. It's really because it's what I'm good at, and it's what I would do regardless if it was my job or not. So I'm gonna put like some little, videos on the side so you can actually see what these tools look like, because I do have all these 3 things are actual documents, right? And so these are actual documentation. I think this is important. Why I want to share these systems is because it's really about creating a vision and sticking to that vision and being focused on that vision, and creating the systems that help you stick to the vision even when you may forget what the vision is. Also, I have ADHD, so this is also part of the reason why I document things like this. I will forget. I struggle with forgetfulness, so this is why I'm diligent about making lists and documenting everything. So every year we all do this. We make our little resolution or vision board, or all the things we want to do for the year, and then we write them all down, and then we never look at it again, and we forget. And then midway through the year we might check on it and be like, oh damn, I said I was going to do this and I didn't do that. And then by the end of the year you're like frustrated that you did nothing on your vision board. Okay, if you're familiar with that, I'm gonna help you fix that with systems that actually do the heavy lift. Okay, so the first system or tool that I use is what I call a personal board meeting. Right? I do a personal board meeting with myself right now multiple times a week because I need it, but like at least once a week. It's like a time where I sit with myself for like 30 minutes, 25-ish, and I go through my goals. All this is documented. It's like a slide deck that I've created. I'm gonna put that up there or here somewhere on these slides. But it's like a slide deck that I've created that has my affirmations. It has my mission for the year, what my vision is, what I'm trying to build. It has my goals for the quarter, or I work in more like seasons because I feel like quarters are just too short for me to really get what I want done the way I want it to. So I think of more like 4-month chunks. So 3-4 months instead of 4-3 months. You know what I mean? In terms of quarters. So from January to April, I focus on certain goals, and from April to from May, June, July, August, I focus on different goals, and then from September to throughout December, I focus on different goals. Right? So that just works for me because my birthday is in April. It's at the end of April, so it's like a perfect time for me to reset. Anyway, it's like my new year, my personal new year. So it's always, if things aren't working out those first 4 months, I can always pivot, and that just always worked out as a way for me to do it. So that's really for me. You don't have to do it like that. You can stick to the quarters, but that's what I do. And then I also have a personal 30-day goal and a business 30-day goal, right? That I look at, that I change monthly, that I update monthly. Anything else that I think is going to be useful for me to really see my vision and like focus on my vision, I put that into the personal board day. One of those are like my business ideas. I have like a template that I've used to flesh out each one of them. Right now there's 2 that I'm focused on, and that's what you're going to see me building as I go through these 90 days. And then I also have my path over the next 10 years. It's very simplified. It's not super detailed, but it's just like what I should be for like 2 years at a time. I have like what I'm going to be doing to get to the ultimate vision, right? And those can change. Those can change at any point, but it's really just to have it there for me to give me a North Star of sorts, right? And this has been super useful. I think and at the end I kind of have like a mood board that I just put there just so I can have some visuals to kind of like get my juices flowing every day, right? But why this has been so useful to me is because I get to look at my goals and vision every day. I do have a vision board, and this was based on my vision board. So this is something that this is the document that I actually look at most of the time to kind of reaffirm myself, to remind myself of my monthly goal. And the monthly goal is based on the vision. It is based on the vision board. It is based on what I've said I wanted to do. Of course, I used I used ChatGPT and Claude to kind of help me flesh this all out. But this was my vision, right? It didn't write it for me. It didn't like write everything about it for me. It did condense some of it for me, and put it in a plainer language for me, which was very helpful. And so I would love to give this away as a template if you guys are interested in that, because it has been super useful and helped me stay so focused over these past few months. And so if that's something that you would want, leave a comment and I will definitely make it available. Yeah. And so that's the number one thing that I use almost every day. I'm almost ashamed to say I look at it every day, but you don't have to if you don't want to. But I look at it often because I just want to keep my vision and like my goals top of mind. Before I start my work day, I'm looking at this document. I sit with it and I look at those few pages. I look at my mood board and I kind of like know that my day is planned according to those things. And I'm going to talk about how one of the systems is how I plan my day. But this is the baseline, right? I have my vision board, but I also have my personal board deck. I have my personal board meeting that is based on the vision, and everything of the other 2 systems that I'm going to tell you about also connect to this one, right? This is like the personal board deck is like the starting point. Then from that, the second tool is my all the things list. If you've watched any of my previous videos, if you listen to any of my podcast episodes, you've heard about the all the things list. Okay, as a person with ADHD, okay, I think this is key for you to understand why I even do this. And I've talked about the forgetfulness. This is a real deal. The forgetfulness part is that I have to put everything on a list. I have to write it down or it does not exist. It needs to be in my calendar. It needs to be somewhere for me to remember it. And so I've made a list it's a running list that I add all the things that are on my mind, that I want to do, that I need to do, that, appointments that I need to make, things that I may not need to focus on right now, but I may need to focus on 4 months from now that I'm not going to remember if I don't write it down, right? So it goes on the all the things list. And over time, as I started doing that, I've categorized them into like what they most make sense in, right? My life related stuff, kids related stuff, business related stuff, personal development related stuff. And so the all the things list does also come from my vision board, right? A lot of it are things that I have on my vision board I said I want to do in the year, and I put it on the all the things list. As I am looking at my personal board deck in the mornings before I start my day, if there are things that come up, if there are things that I need to do, I make sure to put that in my all the things list. So that's something that you can craft on your own, or, just kind of open up a Google Doc and just create, a list of all the things that you want to do. And then if you want to, use ChatGPT to kind of help you categorize them. If you want to do that, if you feel comfortable doing that, or categorize them yourself, But I think this is very helpful in just like seeing all those things. And then I check my all the things list monthly. I look at it each month to see if there's anything on there that I want to start to move to the top of my list, like move into my daily execution list, which is the third tool. that I use. So every month I look at my all the things list, and if there's something that I need to move to that I'm ready to work on, I move it to my daily execution list. Now the daily execution list is my calendar slash to-do list slash meeting slash appointment slash all the things. So with the daily execution list, I start off with my outcome goals. I work in a sprint, which is an agile project management term. And so my sprints are about 2 weeks long. And so for the 2 weeks period, which is all on a Google Doc, this is just a Google document, right? I've broken down each day. At the top of the list, I have my outcome goals. What are my goals for this sprint? What are my goals for these next 2 weeks? What do I want to accomplish? And then in each day, I do themed days. You don't have to do themed days, but I do themed days, and every Monday is not going to be the same. Every Tuesday is not the same. They are themed over 2 weeks. So I may focus on something this Monday that may be something else the following Monday, right? But it's over a 2-week period, and that's how I get whatever I need to get done within the 2 weeks, or move it to the next sprint, right? And so I document this whole process. I have my days of what I'm going to do, what phone calls I need to make, what, special events my kids might be having going on that I need to be reminded of. Everything's on that list. And so a lot of the things on that list come from my all the things list, which comes from my personal board deck, which comes from my vision board. You see what's happening here? It's a drop down. So even if you're not looking at your vision board every day, even if you're not always checking the vision board to make sure what you said you were going to do, you're going to do, if you follow this process, and I can give you the process if you want it. If you follow this process, you don't have to look at it every day. You don't even have to look at the personal board deck every day. You just really need to check on it maybe once a week or monthly, if that's really what you want to do. If you don't need to be like, me and like obsessed with it. Because it's like my favorite thing to do in the morning. It like really helps me start my day off like motivated and like focused. So if you don't need that, then you don't even need to look at it every day. But as you plan your week or your sprint, if you just like me, if you decide to do like me, you might look at your personal board deck and remember your goals. You look at your all the things list, move the things up into your daily, your daily execution list. But this is how I keep on it. This is how I know that everything that I'm doing is always aligned with what I said I wanted to do this year. By the end of the year, I know I'm going to be like way further ahead than I thought I would be before really implementing this. And this is not the first time I've done this. I've done this in the workplace. It's kind of how a lot of projects are planned. They're not usually called the same as what I'm calling this. These are the names of these things that I've created. But in the project management space, this is typically how you plan a project. This is how I am managing my life and reinventing myself and really focusing on the journey to prioritize joy, to create or build the things that I want to do this year without it feeling overwhelming, without me burning myself out. I know like what I'm saying can sound like a lot, but keep in mind that this isn't a lot for me because this is what I do. The part that took the most time was actually creating this system. The daily use of it takes no time at all. The time it takes to literally like check in and like I even give myself reset days. I give myself days to rest, to keep it light. It's really allowed me to really not get overwhelmed, not burn myself out, to be realistic about what I can do and what I can't do, to make adjustments because I've documented, everything's documented so I can see what's actually working and what's not working, and I can pivot and I can like be like, well, instead of 30 minutes on that, maybe I should think about giving myself an hour to do that, right? It just helps me to use my time the best way possible, to do it in a way that I can get what I need to get done. I can actually get a lot done and not feel like I just worked myself to death. I think a lot of the feelings that we have about like oh my, I just worked myself, you know, I just did so much work, I'm tired, I'm exhausted. It's really like lack of direction, the energy that you're taking up to remember what you need to do, or to pivot from here to there, to, you know, you're in so many bags that you just can't keep focusing. By the end you're exhausted, pulled in so many different directions. I think doing it this way allowed me to like really know what's happening. I don't even have to stress myself about what I need to do today. I can wake up and I know what I gotta do. It's already listed. It's all my days are, I already know what today's focus is because I theme my days. And so I already know what today's focus is. Now here's the things I gotta do. And if I need to adjust, if it's a day where it's like, girl, I just don't have it. I just don't have it today. Sometimes there are times where you should push through, but there are also times when you know you need to rest. And I think the year that I've spent really taking the time to heal from burnout has given me better discernment of when my body's telling me like, you need to stop, you need to just chill out, keep it light today. What can you do today that's light? That's really helped me. I think I've had one of the best beginning of the years that I've had in a long time. And I'm being really positive. Because a lot has happened, okay? A lot has happened in the year, you know, that I've kind of been, a lot of changes have happened, and I've already talked about them. I think taking the time to heal and create these structures and these systems has helped me to see where I'm winning, you know? My hope is that this series can be inspirational, but also like real. I'm not gonna sugarcoat anything. I'm gonna tell you the hard stuff. I'm keeping it all the way real about like the shit that sucks. Because there's quite a few things that suck, but I'm also wanting to tell you and show you how I'm pivoting and how I'm trying to make those changes that like really hopefully turn into something great. Hopefully, you know. Anyway, that's it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you liked this video, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel, turn on notifications if you want to be a part of this 42 video journey. Okay. Can you believe it, girl? It's turning 42 this week. Oh my god. I'm excited though. I am. I'm really excited. So let's see what it is. Let's see what this year brings. You know, that, you know, these 42 videos are like the beginning of something amazing. A quick little tip about me as well. I am used to like knowing what's going to happen next, or trying my best to know what's going to happen next. And I'm really putting that aside to do these 42 videos to just be like, let's see what happens, because I'm not used to that. But I'm gonna get used to it, because such is life, you know what I'm saying? I can't control everything, and this is me trying to show myself that I can. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope to see you in the next one. See ya.